despite it feeling like 94 degrees out with a heat index today and like 74% humidity, which is awful. I'm thankfully inside an AC where it is like 69 degrees. So, tea is not totally inappropriate. I am also going to be having some chips. So, oh, the irony as I sit here and ramble about fitness while eating chips. But I am not officially restarting this program until probably today or tomorrow. So, basically, I found this program last summer, through a podcast called Manifestation by Sarah Prout. I had mentioned in a previous video that Sarah Prout's Manifestation podcast is my favorite podcast. I listen to it at least once a week. I'll re-listen to old episodes. I think she has such a calming voice, a calming presence, and I just love her messages on manifestation and personal development, spiritual development. It's right up my alley. If that's your thing too, check her out. Sarah Prout, Manifestation. So, Sarah Prout did a podcast episode on this program detailing her journey with this program. And I was immediately interested because since starting to work from home on March 13th, 2020, I have been on a more amped up wellness journey, I would say. I've always been into physical fitness. What on earth is this? Piece of fuzz. Sorry. This is a ramble, don't forget. So I might go off track. Anyway, I've been on this physical fitness, mental fitness in particular, particularly spiritual and mental fitness program, mental wellness and spiritual development. And so my favorite spiritual personal development podcaster talking about this carried a lot of weight for me. So I downloaded the app 275 Hard. It is in the Apple App Store or Google Play. It is $5 a one-time fee, and the app I feel is helpful. For some people it might not be, but it gives you a checklist that you check off each day of the 75 days that you're doing this program to ensure that you're completing all the necessary tasks. As I was listening to Sarah detail her journey with 75 Hard, I thought, a lot of what she's saying is absolutely resonating with me. Practically all of what she was saying was resonating with me. She is similar in age to me, and one thing that she said, particularly that hit the nail on the head with me and really resonated, is that she said she has had a tendency throughout her life that when things get physically hard, she tends to quit. And I do that too. Some backstory here. Pre-pandemic, I would often take the bus to work, which involves a little bit of walking. And then instead of taking the bus home, I would walk all the way home for exercise. And then once I walked home and got home, I would then a couple hours later probably go out walking again for fitness. And I was walking at least probably 5-6 miles a day pre-pandemic. But then when I started working from home in March 2020, I was being extremely productive from a work standpoint, but from a physical fitness and mental and spiritual standpoint, I was way out of balance. And I was lucky if I was walking a mile a day. And that's a big difference. And by walking a mile a day after the pandemic started, by walking, I mean like walking around my house. Like walking out to get the mail. Walking out to get DoorDash or Uber Eats. I mean, come on. Walking to the bathroom. Walking to the fridge. That's very different than walking 5 to 10 miles outside previously. So, I noticed a difference not only in my weight. I probably gained 10 pounds in the pandemic at the height of it. But I also noticed a difference mentally and spiritually. And you know, of course, when we were on, we weren't really on lockdown in the US, not in the way they were in some countries, but you know, still not doing as much, being inside more, and me finding it hard to unplug from work, working from home. Like I said, I'm way more productive at home. It takes a mental toll, and I realized that I needed to get control of that and start to take steps to get a better grasp on my mental and physical health and my spiritual health too. So I downloaded the app. I started the program. I should put started in ironic quotes. I got the app and then I started doing some of the tasks, I think in July of last year. The thing about this program is it sets out set tasks that you must do every day for 75 days. No compromises, no excuses. If you fail on one task, one day, you have to go back to day one and start all over again. It sounds extreme, and it kind of is. It's meant to push you out of your comfort zone, and that's absolutely what I needed. So, I started the program, but I wasn't following it the way I should have been. So technically, I failed on like day one of each of my attempts. What you have to do for 75 days, you have to do 2 45-minute workouts. They have to be at least 3 hours apart. So you can't do your 2 workouts back to back. And that's what I was doing at first. So, like I said, I failed on day one of each of my attempts. I started out saying, I'm going to do this on my own. I'm going to do what I feel is best for me. I'm not going to follow it to the letter if I don't like it. In hindsight, it's like blah, 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 blah. It's excuses. It is. Back then, I didn't admit that, and I didn't feel that way. But that's exactly what it was. So, 2 45-minute workouts, 3 hours apart. One of the workouts must be outside. Again, no excuses. It doesn't matter if it's raining, snowing, if it's 20 below zero, or it's 110 degrees. One of the workouts must be outside. That was very hard for me. I am migraine prone, and I do not like heat working out outside at noon in 100 degrees or even 85 degrees or 80 degrees. I don't like warm weather. I think I'm more suited temperature-wise to like Ireland or Scotland or upper Canada or something. But if it was 20 below zero, I wouldn't mind going outside and exercising in that, but not heat. So consequently, I had to plan, and that's part of this program too, is in order to fit in all your tasks for the day that you must do for 75 days, might take some planning, particularly if you're working. You have kids, you have other loved ones you look after, other responsibilities, as we all do. So, I would look at the weather forecast the day before, and if I would see that it was going to be a scorcher, I would plan that I would do my first workout indoors and save the outdoor workout for nighttime. I mean, like after dark, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock p.m. I'd be outside in my backyard, in the safety of my backyard, which is fenced in. Don't do anything that puts yourself in jeopardy. Don't go running on a trailer, on a trail in a park in the woods at midnight. Don't do that. But I was in the safety of my own backyard. Relative safety. And walking on the stretch of sidewalk in my backyard for 45 minutes for my outdoor workout. That one day, I remember it was nighttime. It was pouring rain. I was still out there. And I did it. And I was so proud of myself. So again, 2 45-minute workouts. One must be outside, and they have to be 3 hours apart. Another thing you have to do, which I thought was pretty easy, is take a daily progress picture. There's a Facebook group for 75 Hard, and some people have talked about how the progress picture was actually hard for them because they just found it such an annoying, silly little mundane task. But that's the point. You know, as that saying goes, the devil's in the details. That can be hard for some people because they think it's a silly, insignificant part of the program, but it is still a part of the program. And this is about not so much physical transformation as it is about mental transformation, a mental reboot and discipline. So, taking a few seconds to take that progress picture each day is a must. You also have to drink a gallon of water a day. In the Facebook group for the 75 Hard program, there were people saying that was the most difficult thing for them. Because a lot of people don't like water. They like to drink energy drinks, or put lemon or lime in their water, or put those powdery things that probably have a lot of chemicals in them to give their water some flavor. It has to be straight up water. So going from whatever it is most people are drinking to drinking a gallon, that's a big deal. And I will say myself, I was going to the bathroom 345,000 times a day. That's okay when I'm at home, but I remember when I do go into the office once in a while, and I was on the program last year, I remember I was still getting used to having a gallon of water in me a day. And I felt kind of stupid going to the bathroom as many times a day as I was to go to the bathroom at work. I have to get the key from our receptionist. There's a key hanging by her desk to get to our public restrooms in our building. And I told her, I said, I'm on this program. I have to drink a gallon of water a day. I felt like she probably thought I had some kind of bladder problem, or what the hell is she doing in the bathroom that much? So, there's no shame in going to the bathroom a lot. I'm just saying that was just a little bugaboo of mine. But I got over it. Drinking a gallon of water a day has been really helpful to me. I find it can help make migraines less frequent, and if I do get them, less severe. Okay, so the workouts, water, progress picture. Also, no alcohol or cheat meals. I don't drink, so that was super easy for me. I don't like alcohol. Again, it's a migraine trigger. Plus, I just don't like it. That's just me. But, cheat meals. We all have our bugaboos with cheat meals. For me, it was chips, French fries. I am not into sweets, but I like salty foods. As I sit here and eat chips. So, last year when I was doing the program, I defined my cheat meals as chips, McDonald's chicken McNuggets, French fries of any sort, chips, I said, and I also added those soft pretzels, those bar pretzels that you dip in cheese. I added that to the list too as cheat meals because I was eating those kind of a lot. Also, I think you can have no soda. I haven't had soda in like 10 years, so I started this program in July of last year. And put a little of this on. It's one of my favorite sounds. I started the program around July of last year. And looking back, I failed day one of each attempt. I tried maybe 3 or 4 times at first. And the reason I failed is because I wasn't doing the workouts 3 hours apart. I would often not time manage myself well during the day due to work. And consequently, I would often be outside for 90 minutes at night doing 2 45-minute workouts, which was failing technically. I did that like 3 or 4 times. I failed, and I failed. I deemed myself as failing those attempts when I think I skipped a workout. Like I couldn't work out 1 or 2 days because I had a headache, or I can't remember why, or maybe I got too busy and just was totally behind on tasks. So I started over like 3 or 4 times. And then finally, I think it was September of last year, I said, okay, I'm going to follow this to the letter. I had read enough Facebook posts in the 75 Hard page about people who were militant about doing this to the letter. And again, you are supposed to do it to the letter, or you aren't technically doing it. And at first, I, along with a lot of other people in that group, were like, this is bullshit. This isn't healthy. I can adapt it. I can tweak it here and there. At some point, I just decided, okay, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do it the way the founder of this program, by the way, his name is Andy Frisella. I'm going to do it the way he tells us we should be doing it. So around September of last year, I started doing that, and I was doing it to the letter. I had days where I had a migraine, and I would still get up and move for 45 minutes twice a day, even if that meant one of the workouts was in my bedroom and I was just walking in place for 45 minutes. I still did it. Again, it was, when you don't feel well, it's somewhat of a physical task to do that, but it's also more mental, because I found myself frequently looking at the clock going, oh my god, how far am I into this? And it would only be 10 minutes. I was like, oh my goodness. But I kept going, even with a migraine. Again, be sensible with this. Talk to your doctor before you start doing it to make sure that this is right for you. But I'm glad I went through with it, because it did make me feel so much stronger. How I failed, though, I did do the workouts and drink water, read 10. Oh, I also forgot, you have to read 10 pages of a book, a business or self-help book, an entrepreneurial self-help development book for 75 days also. I drank water, did the workouts, read my 10 pages every day, followed an eating pattern generally, no cheat meals, no alcohol for the most part. When I failed, though, it was like at day 70, and here's what happened. I had ordered with it, and they had given me French fries instead. And I think I was in the office that day. I wasn't at home. And I didn't have any other food to eat other than, the veggie burger and the French fries sitting in front of me. So I started to eat the veggie burger, and I don't like spicy foods. And this veggie burger had, I don't know what it had in it, like jalapenos, or it had some cayenne pepper and paprika in it. I don't know what it had in it, but it was so hot. And I ate like a quarter of it, and I was like, this is too hot. I just can't eat all this. But I had nothing else to eat other than the French fries. And I was really hungry. And I felt like feeling hungry is an anxiety trigger. And I just don't like that hungry, jittery feeling. So I caved and I ate the French fries. And so technically I failed at day 70. So what I should have done is gone back to day 1 and start all over again. However, at that time last year, I didn't have the integrity for this process that you're supposed to have on this very tough program. So I just kept going with it. I made excuses saying, oh, the restaurant messed up. I was hungry. I felt jittery. I had nothing else to eat. But you know what? Yeah, I felt like crap because I needed to eat. But I still made the choice to eat those French fries, to break the contract I made with myself to have French fries count as a cheat meal. I made that choice. Granted, it wasn't an easy choice. Maybe it was a necessary choice. I mean, certainly if you feel like you're gonna pass out and the only thing available is something to eat that's on your cheat list, you gotta do what you gotta do. But still, the point is, I should have went back to day 1 right then. Like I said, I kept going, and I did do 75 days of workouts, drinking a gallon of water, reading 10 pages of book, taking progress pictures, not having alcohol or soda. But I did break my cheat meal. And so I failed. That was last year. I felt such a difference in doing the program, just mentally, physically, spiritually. It gave me a sense of empowerment, even though I did fail it. It's still, 70 days of doing it is better than no days of doing it. And I could definitely feel a difference that when I stopped doing the program and fell back into, in the winter time, like I ended the program like on December 19th, I think was 75 days of 2021. I said I was going to give myself a few days break and then start it all over again, and then I didn't do that, and I could definitely feel the difference mentally, physically, spiritually. And so now I've messed around with it a couple times this year, start, stop, but now I feel I'm really in a place where I want to try it again. And there are several podcast episodes from various podcasters. If you look on Spotify, wherever it is you listen to podcasts, search for 75 Hard, and you will find lots of people doing podcasts was the water, gallon of water a day. That is so helpful. It truly is. I'm looking forward to I'm looking at the stack of books here by my bedside. I'm looking forward to cracking into this huge stack of books that I have. Last year I finished, I think, like 10 books while doing 75 hard. So it really is it can be such a life-changing program if you give it a chance and follow it. And I think back of how, for the times that I failed on my attempts with this program, I was still doing more for myself physically and mentally on those days when I was doing the program. And then if I failed and had to stop and start over, it's better than doing nothing. It's definitely worth a try. Even if you have to go back to day one 15 times, you're still trying, and that's wonderful. Because if you let it, this program can change your life. Andy Frisella has a podcast episode where he talks about 75 hard. He has a podcast where he talks about other things. I will say he's on an ideologically different plane than I am when he talks about things outside of 75 hard, when he's talking about a lot of current events. I just want to put that out there. I am so glad, though, that in these highly divisive times of just so much rancor and nastiness with our politics in the United States, that I didn't throw the proverbial baby out with the bathwater, and I didn't chuck this whole program simply because I didn't agree with what he was saying on some of his other podcast episodes. But like I said, there is one episode of his podcast. I don't even know what his podcast is called now. I think he's changed the name. But there is one episode of his podcast series that talks about 75 hard, and that's the episode he recommends you listen to. You don't have to listen to the rest if you don't want to. But I also bought the book, and I really appreciated that with the book, someone at the company included this nice little letter with the invoice, and it says, "Thank you so much for your support, for believing in this movement. You have the ultimate tactical guide to winning the war with yourself. 75 days of no compromises, substitutions, or excuses. Are you ready to become the best version of yourself?" I really appreciated this little note. The book, you don't have to get the book, but I did read this as one of my reading books for the program. It's a real easy read.